I love great conversations. Hi, my name is Angel Jones. Thank you for joining me on 12-minute convos where I help you create a brand of your own unique, real self. Listen in as I have conversations with amazing people from all over the world. Good night, Rich Boberg. How are you going on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm doing great, Angel. How are you doing today?
I am excellent, my friend. Excellent as can be. What part of the world are you in right now?
I am in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, sweet. And which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this time?
The talent that's responsible for us connecting is my HR-themed podcast called Hard Hat HR, Tools for Building Great HR. It's a podcast that helps support my HR consulting firm called H2HR Consulting Group, where we provide a full-scale, high-quality, and cost-effective HR support for your startup companies, small and early-stage organizations that need an experienced HR professional, but don't currently or can't currently have it in their budget to justify the expense.
Great idea.
Yeah.
So who did you learn the skill of podcasting from?
I learned the skill of podcasting. Basically, I was self-taught. It was something I've been listening to podcasts for over 10 years now, and I've always been fascinated with the medium. And in fact, when I was a little kid, me and a friend used to play like we were on a radio station and we would record things. So it's always kind of been something I've been wanting to do. So when podcasting came about and I was listening to a lot of them, and I decided that one of these days I'd like to be able to do it myself. So I did a lot of research online and watched a number of YouTube videos and self-taught myself how to do it.
Well, that's great. It's great to hear. Now that you've gotten into it, why will you continue to repeat this skill?
It's because I enjoy it so much. It's something, it is a little bit more work than I thought it would be, but I've got, a pretty good workflow down to where I can get a podcast out, at least one podcast out a week. And it's something that I just get a thrill out of doing and get a lot of satisfaction when I do complete doing a podcast. So it is something I enjoy and I have a lot of fun doing, which I'm sure you are doing as well.
Yes, I'm having a fun by 1,000.
Yes, you do quite a few.
Yeah, I do. Well, definitely it stands on the energy of those that do pass through, right? It's not all me, to be honest. Like having you, right? Again, exactly. Just to play on your name, I'm richer today. Well, so you've been doing what you've been doing via the HR world, and I find that pretty fascinating. You are the Human Resources Director. How has the podcast itself impacted those that are listening to the content you're producing?
What I'm hoping is my listeners, and I also have a blog that supports the podcast as well, it's the same title, Hard Hat HR. And what I'm hoping is to provide a number of tools for companies and for HR people to be able to utilize to help them create high-performing cultures in the organizations they work at where people want to be. And I think that's really important for the organization to accomplish its business goals because, the overall company performance improves, productivity increases, financial performance improves when you have a really solid, high-performing culture where people really want to be and are aligned with the company organization, the company's goals and their objectives. So it's something that I get a lot of pleasure out of doing. So just being able to provide those tools for folks to be able to do those type of things.
Yeah, well done. So where can we connect with you to find out more of what you do?
You can connect with me at hardhathr.com or my other website, h2hrconsultinggroup.com. And both of those sites have all of my social media links. I'm on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and you can also get a hold of me via email, and those are all listed on both of those sites.
I love it. Rich, tell us one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years.
Over the last 3 years, it's something I've been really good about is keeping myself in shape, doing a workout about every 3 to 4 times a week. It's something that I find very important, helps keep my mind sharp, keeps my body in shape, keeps my energy up. And it's something that it's important for me in order to be able to continue to do my job and do my job effectively, and to be able to continue podcasting and writing on my blog, because it does take a lot of additional hours in order to do that. And you have to be in pretty good physical and mental and spiritual shape in order to get all that done.
I totally agree. And how does it make you feel?
Makes me feel great. Like I said, it keeps my energy up. Makes me feel proud of myself. There are times when it's difficult to get up and get a good hard workout in, but once I get to the gym and I start working out, I feel so much better. I feel more proud of myself for being able to accomplish that.
Suggest to someone out there, even in the employees world, right? Why they should do what you've done by combining the ability to do more by being fit.
It's just part of keeping your spirits up, keeping your energy up, and just taking good care of your body, which in turn takes care of your mind, and it's just overall health is something that's important for everybody.
Yeah, love it. All right. Well, amazing audience. We are live with Rich Boberg. Again, he is podcaster, consultant. He's also the blogger, right? Do check
Correct.
him out. Rich, let's switch gears for a moment now, and let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Rich,
Sounds great.
What is your earliest childhood memory?
My earliest childhood memory is being with my family at a friend's house back in the day when Neil Armstrong landed on the moon, and he made his first step onto the moon. It was a very exciting time.
How old do you think you were?
I was 5. I was 6 years old at the time.
Why do you think this memory is so clear? And how do you see it connecting to who you are today?
Well, I see it as how it made me feel. It was exciting. There was a lot of tension. There was a lot of anxiety. There was a lot of excitement in the room, and that's why I believe I remembered that memory, because it was such a historic event. And of course, my parents kept telling me it's a very historic event, so it stuck with me, and it's something that I've always remembered. I even remember the room I was in. I remember sitting on the floor on the shag carpet, and watching the black and white TV as the events unfolded. It was a pretty exciting time.
Well, can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind?
Yeah, absolutely.
I love to connect dots, and I do see the connection of the dots of the individual who is recording historical events, occurrences, if you would, to see that you were totally integrated into that moment. Of course, seeing who was producing the content, right? Which is the TV producer, the video recorder, everything that's going into it. But to see now that you are the individual within the HR world that is producing content so that other individuals may be able to be a witness to the value of what you bring is pretty amazing to me.
Oh, sure. Yeah, that sounds great.
If we fast forwarded to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
My favorite song when I was 12 was a song by Paul McCartney called Silly Love Songs.
There we go. Yeah. Big tune.
Yes. I believe it was the #1 song in that year as well. I heard it on the radio a million times.
Yeah, most definitely. Well, Rich, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there is a small declaration form. So it's yes or no, possibly a bit more. Okay. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Yes.
Rich, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Yes.
Are you married?
Yes.
Do you have children?
Yes, I have 3 beautiful children and 2 beautiful granddaughters.
Wow, congratulations. Do you believe in God?
Yes, I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
Yes, I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
No.
How about 3 hours a week?
Yes.
What about, you said yes. Well, what about screen time, the phone and or the computer? Is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
It's probably right around 8 hours a day.
Rich, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, what would you say that is?
My family has a saying that we all live by, and I take that as well. And it's something that was said by the famous philosopher Buzz Lightyear, and it's Never give up, never surrender.
Love it. Yeah, I know, Buzz. Rich, again, great pleasure. Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
No, I think I've said it all. Thank you very much.
Yeah, with Buzz, you definitely summed it up, my friend.
Yes.
Rich Boberg, again, great pleasure. Thank you, my friend, for being on what is inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
All right. Thank you, Angel. You have a good evening.
Thank you for being on 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones. Stay tuned for more from our advertisers.
Diabetes is a mountain pandemic. It's a disease that's not acute but chronic. Similar to this rhyming method, I have simplified the definition, the signs and symptoms, and the complications of diabetes for both adults and children in my books, Poems for Patients, A Focus on Diabetes, and The ABCs of Diabetes for Children. These books are available on Amazon.com, and for more information, you can visit my website, poemsbyaj.com. That's poemsbyaj.com.